Hello, my name is Brother Sean, and again a short video reflecting on Gaia's children for peace. Gaia, who is Gaia? She's mentioned a lot in a lot of the New Age books and a lot of the spiritual teachings from some of the world's great masters. But who is Gaia? Gaia is our beloved Earth Mother, who is the custodian of this beautiful earth, along with the Supreme, the mystical heart of a God of love. And Gaia, along with her myriad of helpers, the elementals, the tree devas, the nature spirits, and let's not forget the animal kingdom, because they too have a presence. And Gaia is calling her children to embrace peace. But first, that peace must come from within. There's no use us joining the Green Party to safeguard planet Earth if we are not at peace within our heart. Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother, has invited us, the children of one loving Father, Mother God, to unite. Yes, to unite as beings of light to support her. To support her wounded children. And you know there are wounded children as soon as you turn on the TV and you see evidence of man's inhumanity to man. So how can you and I do something from our own quiet space around the world? Well, first, we can make peace with ourselves. We can begin by forgiving ourselves as a child of God, a co-creator of the divine, and forgive ourselves for needlessly beating ourselves up, putting ourselves down, and for listening to negative voices, whether they're within our head, from the Antichrist, or whether they're from a partner that we live with, from our family, our siblings, our friends, or work colleagues. Many beautiful souls are held in bondage to their fear, a fear that rapes their divinity. So to become an Olympian of peace for Gaia, we first must self-heal. Self-heal means forgiving oneself, surrendering one's heart to the Supreme, and using the gift of free will to say, here I am. I come in my brokenness, in my woundedness, and I invite you to touch my life and set me free. And once you do that, allow yourself time to be still in the beauty of creation. Let me explain. In the Lord's Prayer, many of you may be familiar with the Lord's Prayer, maybe not, but it says, Our Father, Mother God, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That is not correct. It's our Father, Mother God, who also live on earth as in heaven. So what we're saying, the divine essence of God is as much on earth as it is in heaven. Because everything that we have around us in this beautiful world, in our landscape, in our garden, in our little balcony if we've got an apartment with all those beautiful coloured potted plants, the sheer evidence of that beauty is replicated from the image and likeness of God. So Gaia is inviting her children, those who have surrendered their heart to the mystical heart of God, a Father, Mother God that does not represent or peddle a religion. That's man's doing. Man has tried to claim a monopoly on God by creating different sects: Protestant, Catholic, Hindu, Sikh. The Father, Mother God has not created a religious group who peddle in fear, in guilt, and lots of do not do this or do not do that, or reject that group because of, steer clear of those because they live in sin. They are not the words of a loving God or from Gaia. Gaia is our Earth Mother. She embraces us. She is apprehensive of mankind because she has witnessed the atrocities that you and I may be guilty of. All those unspoken words of unkindness, because they're given out into the universe, into Gaia's domain, and they leave a negative energy, and it's left for Gaia to deal with that. But Gaia's children are a children of light, a child of love, a child of the Supreme. And Gaia is calling her children to embrace her love, to embrace her mother's love, for her to care for us and prepare us for Christ consciousness. And yet, though every man, woman, and child is each invited every second of every minute of every day by the company of heaven, only a few respond. And there's probably a good reason for that, and most probably one of the main reasons is fear. Because God has been given such bad press, and the very name God can trigger off nightmares for people, especially if they've been sexually abused by God's representatives, both in the Christian church, in the Jewish or Islamic faith. And child abuse does go on in religious groups. But what I'm saying to you now, to become a child of Gaia, is to open your heart and assure Gaia that you are safe, that you are in her domain, this beautiful earth plane wherein lives the Supreme, but that you are safe, that you will not abuse her gifting to you, that you will respect planet Earth, that you will become more involved in recycling love, dark energy to love, that you will protect your oasis, that it will become a vortex of light, wherein you will sit quietly and relax and celebrate the divine gifting of a loving Father, Mother God, and Gaia, your Earth Mother. Gaia is crying out for all the children of God, because many are destroying each other through ego, through greed and fear. So how can we address this? First, we come into our space, we find a place where we're comfortable, and we call on Gaia. We call on the nature spirits, the elementals, or if you're in a woodland where there's trees, go and hug a tree and ask the energies of this beautiful landscape that Gaia oversees and invite them to come into your heart. But you must listen, and that means waiting patiently and not trying to rush things. Anything of spirit takes time because it doesn't work to a 24-hour clock, because time is infinity. So if you wish to become a child of Gaia, you first must surrender your heart to her love for you. Thank you for watching.